Alright, let's talk pork schnitzel, mashed potatoes. So, I got the stuff started already. We got 5 Idaho potatoes cubed, put a tablespoon of fresh garlic, diced garlic in there, salt and water, and we're boiling it. That's going to be our homemade mashed potatoes. This is going to be the onion gravy, the brown onion gravy. I personally like to put mushrooms in mine, but out of mushrooms. So this is 1 diced yellow onion, melted some butter, and I am sauteing these onions right now. I'm cooking them down. This is going to be our schnitzel gravy in just a little bit. Alright, and then I have a schnitzel started. It's basically a pork chop covered with flour, egg wash, and then seasoned breadcrumbs. So we're about to go through that stuff real quick to get to that. I'm going to put it on pause and unpause it. Alright, for our schnitzel, you want to get a pork chop, salt, pepper both sides, and then you get a meat hammer and you beat it down until it's super thin. This tenderizes the meat, and when you fry it, that's what makes it special. I'm going to hit it on the other side just to make sure the fibers are good and broken down on both sides. Okay. Now I flipped my other schnitzel, so I'm cooking the second side. I am pan searing this in with olive oil. Okay. But you want to, once you've got your meat thinned down, you want to put it in a flour mixture. Now I have salt, pepper, Everglade seasoning in this flour to season it. Okay. Put it in your egg mixture. I like to drip off the extra egg. We're out of eggs. We gotta go grocery shopping this Sunday. And then put it in your bread mixture. Now I use the seasoned breadcrumbs, but I add some extra Italian herbs to it because I just like it with flavor, almost like a chicken parm. All right, but that's all you got to do, and it's sitting here ready to go in the pan. So I'm gonna let that one cook a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna put that one in the pan with olive oil. All right. So let's pause here for a minute. All right. So we got our second schnitzel in. That's our first schnitzel. We're going to start the brown onion gravy. So the onions are caramelized, which is what you want. All right. Now for gravy, you want to kind of thicken it a little bit. So when I add flour, before you add the flour, add a little bit of butter. It's going to make it easier. Basically make a roux in the onion. Now I'm going to use some of the flavored flour that I'm dipping the pork chops in. I'm just taking my hands and throwing a pinch or 2 in there. And basically you're browning it in the pan. May need a little more butter. Yep, definitely going to need a little more butter. You just want to mix it and cook it on the onions so that it doesn't get real clumpy when your gravy's coming. And we're making a brown gravy. Okay, now brown onion gravy. Starts with beef broth. So I got a brand new thing of beef broth. I use this Kettle and Fire. I like it. Kroger brand is good. I'm just going to fill it up. I want a bunch of gravy. All right. Obviously, you add a little salt and pepper. Now, I add beer. I like Yingling. I'm out of Yingling, so I got this Blue Moon. You know, you can put whiskey in it. You can put red wine in it. I like beer. I'm adding a little bit of beer. All right. And then you want to add a splash of Worcester, probably a teaspoon, tablespoon, something like that. And then you just let it simmer, okay? You let it cook, you stir it till it gets dark brown, till it thickens up. That's going to be your gravy for your schnitzel. You know, the potatoes, they just boil. Like I said, if you remember, that's just water, salt, and garlic. We're just softening those up. I'm going to hand mash those in a little while. Alright, be back in a little bit. Alright, we are back. The gravy is rolling. I added some basil, some thyme, and some parsley to it. I'm just stirring it. Now, if your gravy doesn't thicken the way you want, you can go back to your flour and get a little cup and mix some flour in with some more beef stock and just pour the thickened beef stock in there. But it just, you know, I got it on low heat, letting it thicken up. But anyway, let's talk mashed potatoes. So our potatoes are soft. Okay. Transfer to the sink. I'm not going to drain all the water off because the water has the salt and the garlic in it. Okay, I'll transfer that back into the pot. Come over to my drawer here. Got my mashed potato masher. All right, we're going to hit this with a little bit of milk or heavy cream if you got it. Remember, it's already got salt and garlic. I'm gonna hit it with some milk. Left a little bit of flavor of water already in there. Alright, I'm going to put just a little bit of butter. Come over here, sorry, you know, filming with the phone, I'm one-handed here. I don't know about that much butter. And then you mash it. Alright, that's your mashed potatoes. You can always add a little more salt and pepper. I like to mash it first and taste it, and then if it needs a little more salt or pepper, I go with. That's homemade mashed potatoes. 5 Idaho potatoes, boil them in water, salt, garlic. Leave some of that in there, don't drain it all the way off. Add milk and butter and mash them, and you got homemade mashed potatoes. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, let's wrap up and plate it. Alright, so we got our schnitzel all the way done. We got our homemade mashed potatoes. Off camera, I added chives to it. Okay. You can have the gravy be browner than this if you want, but it's cooked and ready. Oh man, working with one hand's hard. Made some blueberry muffins for breakfast. All right, here we go with our gravy. I wish you could smell this. Give us a scoop on my taters. All right, and there you go. That's my version of pork schnitzel with brown onion gravy. Now, like I said, I like to personally put mushrooms in mine. I don't think traditional schnitzel has mushrooms. I just like mushrooms, but that's it. I got my last one going. Brown gravy, that's for me. That's Del Crow's pork schnitzel. We're using the commemorative Wagner, 1891, really built like 1994. But I love this little pan, especially when I'm making gravies, because gravy sometimes will stick. I'm not worried about the seasoning, and I'm using my new little jewel tin. It's about a week and a half old to fry my schnitzel. That's the Appalachian cast iron jewel tin, and just the old commemorative Wagner. You can find these at garage sales and all for about 15 bucks. It's just an awesome little pan. You can beat them up, and that's it. All right. Thanks for watching.